Whew, had a breeze all day today, but it's a lot better now. My God, this is what the summertime is bringing us. 98 degrees, but it feels like 110 degrees, 110 degrees. Degrees based on the index, I guess. Damn. So it's a good time. I guess after 7:30 is a good time to come outside and enjoy the breeze legitimately. So, but anyway, y'all, I'm just gonna make this video, fairly quick, however it wants to. If you've been paying attention to social media and paying attention to, I guess, the traditional news, heard that the United States Supreme Court ruled in President Trump's favor as relates to the temporary protection status of, and I guess the main two they were being focused on are Haitians and Syrians. But Haitians is being talked about the most because I guess it goes under the, he's attacking black people. Because I know it's not foundational black Americans. So here we go. Oops. So, well, I think there are like 40,000 Syrians. Is that right? I hope I'm saying it right. I think it's Syrians. Like 40,000 of them. And y'all know the conversation been going on. And hey, both sides have something to say. And, well, basically, this is a law that was already in place. They just gave him permission to go ahead and enact the law. Because I looked around at other YouTubers and Googled some things to make sure that we're all on the same page. What I understand is temporary protection status given in the 90s, so it's been there, and the president had the power to make it temporary or not, and so been acted upon since like 1990s, what I understand, and so it's always been on the books. And then you have the side that says, well, he's trying to kick all the black ones out and along the white folks can come in. They went so far as to say because white people aren't having kids anymore. Their numbers are decreasing. Hey, I'd go with all of that. And so you're trying to give it all to black folks. Well, as a foundational black American, my lineage is here. We were born here, so I understand. No, I understand they might be a little concerned. But there's a word in temporary protection status. The word is temporary. Some people been temporary for 10 and 15 years. And so this president said, hey, I want to exercise this. All right, y'all temporary status is up because it's already on the books. So I hope those of us out there who've been kind of going back and forth thinking this is something original that he did, it was something already in the books, on the books. It's already a law. But he just needed permission from the Supreme Court to go ahead and be recognized as the president having that right or privilege to do. And so 350,000 Haitians are looking at, I think by July 1st or something, looking at a deportation. It almost reminds me of that Dreamers Act. Like, okay, when ICE was sending people back, Hispanics and others, he's been here for 40 years. He's a grandfather now. He's worked so hard. But wait a minute, you've been here 25 years. You never thought to go to the immigration services and become legitimate? So when they was yelling all that nonsense, he's been here 15 years. They've been here 25 years and all this shit. Whoa. You ain't need but a year to get your status legal. So people kind of like full of shit. So I didn't really have much sympathy for none of that stuff. Because I saw it, I'm like, God damn, you done built a business here, you built the houses, but you never went and took care of your status in 15 or 20 or 25 years? Get out of here. So the birthright thing is on its way. Hopefully it's going next because that was for descendants of enslaved people, enslaved Africans in this country. Everybody else got a chance to get in on it because they want to pad the numbers and really push foundational black Americans to the side like they've done. Hence why Biden Harris allowed 18 million illegals to come over unvetted and unvaxxed, while everybody else was losing their jobs if they didn't accept the vaccine. Y'all remember that? I know a lot of you don't want to remember that, but it's okay. That's why you listen to me, so I can help you jog your memory. And so, of course, there's social media is on fire. Oh my God, how is this happening? And then some Haitians have gotten on TikTok and others and trying to attack foundational black Americans. We didn't have anything to do with that. You know, just like Africans, Haitians, and other Caribbeans, Haitians and other Caribbeans, y'all get over here and start talking shit about foundational black Americans. Y'all are lazy. You don't work. You're not hard workers. You know, y'all remember saying all this shit? And we're the generation, we're the black folks who actually built this shit. And we're the ones who actually stayed in America. My ancestors, our ancestors stayed here and fought. So y'all can paddle your ass over here or fly your ass over here, or like a lot of Africans do, find these rich white sponsors, be it the Catholic Church or some white sponsors in Iowa or Dakota or somewhere up in there. Y'all notice when Africans come over, they're always in somewhere like Oregon or Iowa. Yeah, that's where the sponsors are, the Catholic charities and shit is. Then they go to college but way above the Mason-Dixon line, all these white colleges and buck dance. Oh, yeah. Then they have the audacity. Well, you know, black Americans, you don't work hard. We come over, we have a work, we have a great work ethic. Oh, really? I don't understand, you know, why so much hate towards foundational black Americans. Again, white people outnumbered us. They had all the guns and everything else, and we still carved out laws that allowed you to be able to bring your ass over here. We still fought, stood up against imperialism of the white majority in this country. You folks from Africa and Haiti and all this, y'all outnumber white visitors 1 million to 1, and they still rule over you and rule over your country. Y'all don't have any rights there, none of that. How in the hell can a country in Africa go through apartheid from motherfuckers from all the way from across the world, from Belgium and Britain and Portugal? Y'all literally outnumber these white folks 1 million to 1. And they ruled you, still rule you. How in the hell was it possible to have an apartheid South Africa? Can't nobody answer that. And we in America, whenever something pops off, shit, we get off. Yeah, they still doing a little slick stuff, but we still stand up. So Rico, what's that got to do with anything? What's going to is how a lot of these the African immigrants, Haitian immigrants, all those of African descent come over here and try to side with the white power structure. Like y'all are better than us, or try to prop yourself like you're better than foundational black Americans. Even on our worst days, we're still better than y'all. We try for every time together with immigrant Africans, immigrant Haitians, immigrant Jamaicans. We always fought. We were the leaders. We were the ones who promoted Pan-Africanism. And then just something that clicked in 2024. Started noticing things that y'all were only black when y'all want to come in under like scholarships or grants and things like that. No, y'all wasn't holding your bargain up, your end of the bargain of this so-called paganism. You weren't holding your end of the bargain. Because I remember, going whole African-centric phase. Mother Africa. Yeah, we need to go back to Africa and all of this, and wearing my necklaces and my shirt, and going to events that had the djembe drum and all of that. Did all of that. But politically, the immigrants were stabbing us in the back because they thought they'd got them closer to the white majority in this country. When they didn't understand, they didn't give a shit about you either. Unless you working for them Or we become a doctor, we're an engineer, but as long as you work for them. So I guess I don't have too much sympathy for when they turn on y'all ass here. You come over here to bootlick and kiss their ass, then they turn around and kick you in your ass with a boat, with a stroke of a pen. Then you start looking at us like we had something to do with it. No, we were trying to be cool. I'm one of those who always advocated African and African American. Nah, y'all didn't. Y'all thought y'all were better. You still think that, especially Nigerians. They're the main ones over here. And to the Haitians, y'all had it bad too. You know, your best out was for y'all, since we're all black. That's what y'all like to say when it's convenient. We're all black people. They look at us the same. But okay, they looked at us the same, but y'all didn't. Y'all delineated. No, I'm Nigerian. I'm African. I'm not black American. Y'all remember that shit? Y'all remember that? Okay, so that's when the the movement of not a movement, but the recognition of us being foundational Black Americans. We do have it. There's a separate culture, and we set the tone for everybody. Everybody try to be cool like black men in America, try to be suave and cool like sisters, and the black women in America. We set the tone. We set the cool. But damn, these folks get on y'all ass. All of a sudden, you start telling us like we're all together. Yeah, y'all even brought the word that they call y'all, the white folks called y'all over in y'all country, Akata. Y'all brought that over here and started calling us that. You got mad at us. You made sure you married all the white women you can from Europe and America. All y'all did the fool. Still doing it. So no, we had to delineate. Because whenever you got a degree or an award, just like Shabuzi did at the Grammys, don't think on all the immigrants, Nigerian parents, grandparents, who were instrumental in building this country. I ain't built shit in America. It was already built when you came over here in the airplane or through white sponsorship. So to the Haitians who leaving, hate that for y'all. However, as you had teamed up with us, socially teamed up with black, created marriages and created real black children, all of that. We could have fought together, but no. Y'all want to keep yelling your hometown, Haiti, go Haiti. Wyclef Jean, are you listening, brother? We were supporting his Yele Foundation. Because we ain't like what was going on in Haiti. I don't know if the French keep dogging y'all out. Y'all beat them 100 years ago, but they still keep coming back. So shout out to Burkina Faso, the leader. What's their Ibrahim Traore? Stay, man, continue to stand your ground against those racist folks in France. So just since y'all work so much harder than we do, and you're smarter than we are. When you get back to Haiti, y'all go back and with your engineering degree and all the things you've learned that you say that we don't take advantage of as foundational black Americans. Take it back to Haiti and rebuild it. No, build it up and try to get ownership in Haiti. I've never heard of a thing. There are beaches in Haiti and Jamaica where black folks can't even go on. They're privately owned by French or Belgian or Portugal white folks. Isn't that amazing? Y'all outnumbered and they still rule y'all. Africa the same way, especially Nigeria. Chinese over there kicking them in their ass. But they want to come over here and try to act above and be better than foundational black America. Shit, we let it be known. And so white folks over here don't work as fast or come at us as quickly without thinking first the way they do y'all in your African and Caribbean countries. Again, I love you because we are all Africans genetically. But culturally, we were born in different places. Unfortunate. But if y'all had just thrown your flag down when you came over here and blended in with us and did what you're supposed to do, we would have been a bigger nation. We would have been a black in America. Now, y'all want us to be lazy black Americans. And y'all, this Haitian and what else? Who else y'all? Yeah, Jamaica and what else? And Puerto Rico got it bad too. Puerto Rico, I know they're part of the United States, but And let me say this to all the black Americans who's upset about it because it's under Trump's watch. This Trump derangement syndrome is major. Isn't it interesting? Because again, I remind y'all what y'all pretended y'all didn't see from 20 to 24. Y'all remember when like 10, 11,000, maybe 12,000 came up to the southern border in Texas, as well as about 4 or 5,000 Hispanics were also at that border. But somehow Joe Biden saw fit to send helicopters to helicopter the Haitians away from the border, but they let the white-looking Hispanics, Mexico, Venezuela, and Argentina across the border. But they sent all the African Haitians back to Haiti. Now, mind you, 3 days earlier, 2 days earlier, Haiti had just put a massive earthquake, and at that time there was also guerrilla gangs shooting up the place and just wreaking havoc on Haiti. So they were literally seeking asylum. But Joe Biden, the Biden-Harris administration, uh, I thought it was raining. They helicoptered those folks back to war-torn, earthquake-riddled Haiti, and not one Negro said a word. It was all on CNN. All in the Washington Post, all over, all the places where you can see it. Y'all watching in real time. Say a word. But now some of y'all got a problem with what the president's doing legally. Mm. If y'all believe this was about because they're black, you also have to believe that what Biden did was so because they're black. Y'all hear what I said? They let the Latinos and Hispanics, Mexico and El Salvador, I mean, say El Salvador, what down there, Nicaragua, all of those Latin countries, southern Latin countries. They let them in. Venezuela, they let them all in. Hmm. And sent the African Haitians back to death and destruction. So I just need y'all to kind of just hush. It is what it is. Or if y'all gonna try to hold this president accountable for every damn thing he does, I need y'all to go back and that y'all purposely ignored everything that Joe Biden did and said as president, legally, uh, because Democrat. Got it? Anyway, life's a bitch. Follow the law if you can. Those of you who are here from other countries, take your ass into these immigration offices. A lot of all across Dallas Fort Worth, a lot of what's called Salvador, what do they call it, lawyer in Spanish, dealing with immigration and all of that. Y'all need to get y'all paperwork together. But anyway, it's your man Rico, the opinions. Y'all be cool. I'll talk to y'all later. Hit me on that Cash App or PayPal. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Y'all be cool. Peace.